This is Dabu7. A lot of people asking questions about this cryptic post that Trump put out talking about the world's most powerful reset. Signed, DJT. People saying, what is he talking about? Is this chatter on Russia and Ukraine? Is it purely China? America first, 4D chess, anything else? They're saying, well, I think it's rather obvious if you've been paying attention what this means. He's only said it on record, on camera. He said, look, I'm sent here to reset this whole thing. So I take that as not just the United States economically, but it's going to affect the entire globe. And he's kind of pointing in that direction. The whole thing with the Straits of Hormuz has sparked this. And even if they come out and they say he's talking about something else, like, what are you talking about that makes sense to what's going on out here? Well, it's this. Everything going up, and with the Mar-a-Lago Accord coming up here just next month, when the whole thing gets rolled out, people are going to see what he means through and through. This isn't a one-day thing, okay? But it's happening. It's happening in real time, every day. You can just watch the markets and you can see the prices of everything around the world rising. Inflation rising. So to fix this, there's going to have to be an official event, in my opinion, a true reset. What this might entail is telling everybody that we forgive you of your debt if you come onto the new system. That would walk a ton of people right into the trap, onto a new system, the beast system, of course. Will many care? Nah. Many are going to go along with the flow, but a lot of you out there, you've had warning after warning about this moment, about when this all goes down, and to me, they really can't put the whole thing into effect until they hold your money hostage. Which means any moment now, any time, there's going to be some kind of hack or cyber attack on the banks holding your money hostage. They're going to have the quick answer, which is going to be a digital currency. Just download the app and you can spend it at the gas station at any store. It's already set up. So give me a break. All they need is the event. It's plain to see, clear to see. And it's here at any time. I mean, this man's out here openly bragging about the world's most powerful reset, and they haven't even done it yet. They haven't even done it yet. It seems like any moment. I don't know what else to say about it. When he's bragging about it and it still hasn't happened, well, you could say it's kind of in motion, but not until the money resets. And all the economies reset. They want everyone onto the new digital biometric slave system. If you can't tell. Anyway, join me for the live stream. Talking about this in greater detail. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And again, I don't care if they come out and they give some excuse of what he was talking about and try to say this or that. I don't care. They telegraph. They're cryptic. And that's how they roll.
Look, I'm not trying to scare you, but there's a lot going on right now that is not making it to the news. This right here is in Australia.
So Sienna and I have just come to Coles to literally get popcorn. And look, there's nothing. Look at the shelves here in Darwin. What the...
Right now, everybody's focused in on this war that's happening with Iran and how they blocked the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil and gas is supposed to be flowing through, but it's not at the moment. This is causing some really big problems. People in India are fighting over gas. Australia's energy minister has said that they have about 38 days of gas and 30 days of diesel left in their reserves. The Philippines declared a state of energy emergency, and the International Energy Agency is saying this is the worst energy crisis in modern history. But that's not the full story. What people haven't been talking about is the fact that 30% of the world's seaborne fertilizer trade also passes through the Strait of Hormuz. Prices for that primary fertilizer called urea is already up 30%, and you better believe that's going to show up in your food prices. And unlike with oil, there's no international reserves of fertilizer that can just be released to relieve some of the pressure. Right now, the United Nations World Food Program is saying that around 45 million additional people could be pushed into acute hunger due to rising food and fuel costs and supply chain disruptions. And for all my Westerners who think that this isn't going to affect you, listen up. All of this is happening right at the beginning of the planting season in the Northern Hemisphere. Farmers are having to make tough decisions about what exactly they're going to do. Are they going to buy fertilizer or just sit this season out? How much fertilizer are they going to buy? What crops are they going to plant? And for some, this might completely put them out of business, right as the farming industry in the United States continues to consolidate into fewer and fewer hands. Another thing that's finally starting to make it to the news is that there's a wildfire in Nebraska that's already burned over 800,000 acres of land. And this has devastated grazing land for an estimated 40,000 plus cows, which means ranchers are also going to be under a lot of pressure to figure out how they're going to feed these cows. Jeffrey Snyder, the founder of Eurodollar University and a popular analyst here on Twitter, pointed out that we also need to think about the fact that the biggest concern doesn't have to show up in food and gas prices. History tells us that this spike in the price of oil might actually come at the cost of your job. We know that the economy in the U.S. already isn't in the best spot, so any extra pressure, businesses might just start cutting workers as they're also raising prices. Look, I don't want you to be scared. I just want you to be prepared. The major signal for me is whether or not the Strait of Hormuz opens back up and these ships start flowing in this region again. Not what these world leaders are talking about. All they're doing is yapping, trying to manage reputation and also manipulating financial markets so they can make money. Once the Strait of Hormuz opens back up, all of this is going to be mitigated. But until then, like I said, don't be scared, be prepared. Be sure to like, follow, subscribe to stay up to date as the situation develops, and I'll see you soon.
The servers lit up at midnight. One image, one account, one post. Nobody planned for 94 million, but that's the number that matters most. White robes and golden light, AI pixels arranged just so. The leader of the free world decided the world needed to know. The Vatican window opened early, white robe and gold cross at dawn. The phone said what it said, and the morning calm was gone. Gray hair, reading a small screen. Expressions moving through the stages. This is what the information age does to institutions that count in centuries, not pages. The Italian prime minister called it unacceptable, which was the 17th time that word was used this week. The press room filled with cameras and the statement they were waiting for to speak. The internet is not a place, it's a condition. 47 million likes is not a joke, it's a position. The church was full on Tuesday. The priest had notes, the congregation had phones. The sacred and the viral, sharing the same bones. Street corner, Latin America. Some laughed, some argued, some just stared. An AI image of a leader, dressed in light they never would have dared. The communications room had no protocol for this. Some had heads and hands, one was laughing, nobody knew what the brief was. The meme factory ran at capacity. The response content launched in waves. The server farm hit maximum. The cooling system worked in graves. Delete button visible, not pressed. 94 million and climbing, that's the rest. No surrender to the algorithm. We feed it what it wants. The Pope closed his window, the post stayed up. God and the internet both work in ways nobody fully understands. Standing by, still uploading, still spreading, still glowing. 94 million, and the count keeps going.
It's a disaster.
Stop!
That button launches all of our nuclear missiles.
Well, then which button gets me a latte?
That would be the other one, sir.
What idiot designed this thing?
You did, sir.
Fair enough. Wilson, fire somebody.
Yes, sir, Mr.
What do you mean you don't agree with me? Do you know who you're dealing with?